Hello les cheouis, bienvenue dans la troisième émission de la 5e saison de la KO TV, au sommaire, Café Flesh, le retour du film porno culte, la Log Lady Vénère contre Oliver Lax, le mondo, qu'il, trasho. C'est parti. Après l'apocalypse nucléaire, l'humanité est partagée en deux groupes, les positifs, qui ont conservé leur faculté de faire l'amour, et la grande majorité, les négatifs, impuissants, qui se contentent de regarder les positifs, seule manière de prendre du plaisir. C'est le sujet de Café Flesh, film porno anti-porno où le bleu est une couleur chaude, célébré à l'étrange festival. Son réalisateur Stephen Sayadian y a donné une masterclass extraordinaire.
Couple of things I have to warn you, for those who haven't seen it, the sex scenes in this movie are really boring. I'm not kidding, and that's the way I directed it. I look back at it now, I probably made a mistake. But I didn't know it was going to last 40 years. But so sometimes just close your eyes, listen to this music. Because there is no foreplay. It goes from choreography to just hardcore. When I was shooting them, I told the performers who were just sex performers, not actors, as soon as you see you're enjoying it, I'm going to say cut. And one actress did not listen to me, and she was really getting into it. And I stopped it, and I said, I want you to pretend. I said, well, first let me ask you, do you have a pet? And she said, yes, I have my favorite dog. I said, well, it just died. Now let's shoot. Right after, she's like really upset. And then a few minutes into it, you're gonna go, that little fucker is really extremely angry with these sex scenes. So be patient. They will end soon, I promise you. They're not that long. The gay plague, and I didn't understand what that term meant. I said, how can there be a gay plague? If it's gay men are getting it, it's only by some strange coincidence that heterosexuals are getting it too. But I was intrigued with the idea, and I was trying to think of an idea for a movie. I had made one called Night Dreams before this, and I was that did well on the porn market, but it also did well with the critics that weren't reviewing porn films. They also liked it. So when I got the money for this movie, I wanted to do a film that the sex could be separate from the actors, so I wasn't dependent on the porn people to do the acting roles. So I used Cabaret as an idea, the movie Cabaret, and I thought the stage sequences like Cabaret had would work. Then I said, we need a plot, and that would always help. And I remembered the gay plague, and I said, well, that was what set me in motion, the idea of the positives and the negatives. And those words did not exist. They later came into the vernacular. And it was located in a great section because the punk rock scene in Los Angeles was right in the center of where my studio was. And in the building that I shot the film, I had 2,500 square feet, and I built the cafe in my studio. And so it looked like a club. And all the rock bands like Wall of Voodoo and Devo and Bangles and Go-Go's, every LA new wave and punk band were all surrounding me. So I was able to draw on a lot of the people in that scene to be part of the movie in the film, and also painting sets and doing some of the construction with me, because I was the designer of the film, besides the director, and I was very fortunate to have this creative scene around me. It was okay to show a sex film in Los Angeles, but it was against the law to make a sex film in Los Angeles. So right across the street from where I made the film, there was a Pussycat Theater that showed Deep Throat and Devil and Miss Jones, these famous porn titles. But had you known I was in this studio filming it, I would have been taken away by the Hollywood Vice in handcuffs. So that's one of the reasons I used Rinse Dream, because if I had used my real name, I was afraid they would knock on the door, because my name, they kind of would have known me, and they'd come and drag me away. So it was very adventurous to do. And on top of that, I had a landlord who was a very famous tailor. He had been making suits for all the great Hollywood actors, Humphrey Bogart, Gary Cooper, and he didn't understand what I was doing up there. So we had to do things like patch in the electricity because we were using a 35 millimeter, and the electricians, they needed a different electrical system. So we built the system, and then we had to build the wall in front of it. So the landlord would come up and he wouldn't notice anything was different. Stephen, what are you doing up here? You see the steps. And he said, what is this for? And I said to him, do you know what the Ice Capades is? In the Ice Capades in America, it's an ice skating show. And I said, I got the assignment to choreograph the ice skaters. And all these women you see coming, there's a dance, they're the skaters. And then he said, Stephen, but I don't understand. Where's the skates? And I said, no, it starts without skates. They do it with slippers first. And then later they put the skates on. And I had to tell the whole crew, anytime anybody asks you, you're a skater. You're not a porn star, you're a skater. And the mistake I made while I was doing this, I realized what's going on around the film might be better than the film. I should be filming the making of the film while I'm making it, but I barely had time I shot the whole film in 10 days. 10 days, but I had every picture in advance. I drew it like a comic book. So every shot I had a picture of, and we shot it in a 35 millimeter, and I used a very fast film. It was brand new, experimental Fuji 250, because I wanted to photograph it using the torch lights. And so I needed a very fast film, and it was the first time that film was used in a feature, and the company, the Japanese company, they just loved it. They thought it was a great example. Well, one more story, I have to share this because it's very funny. Do you know the scene with the pencil? Okay, so while I'm filming that, the word got out that something very interesting was happening in the studio by the people that gave me the money. And they said there's a very well-known producer of karate films, and he's in town, and he wants to see what you're doing. And I said, I don't know anything about karate films. He said, no, they just want to see it. So I said, okay, come very quickly. And they came and they started watching the scene with the pencil and the, do you want me to take a memo? And then he said, stop the film. And he talked to me. He said, I have money right now. I want you to shoot karate film. I said, where do you want me to shoot it? He goes, right here. I said, well, what's that? He goes, with the pencil. We can make a karate film out of that. That's a true story. And I said, it doesn't make any sense. And I've regretted the rest of my life that I didn't make a karate film with pencils. And many years later, I was offered, after I did Caligari, I was offered to come and talk about doing a sequel to the Texas Chainsaw Massacre. And one producer really liked Dr. Caligari, and she said, you should meet them. So I was very excited about that, because I had done movie posters for Tobe Hooper, who had done the direction. So I really worked on what's going to be my idea and my pitch. And I sort of went back to the pencil scene. And I thought, yes, I know what I'm going to pitch. I have it figured out. So the producers were there, and they say, okay, Stephen, what's it about? And I said, okay, here's the idea. Imagine Leatherface with a tutu. And we do Texas Chainsaw as a ballet. And I'm talking about a beautiful ballet where you'll see body parts, livers flying through the air with the dancers. And I was really explaining it and very excited. And I realized everybody was looking around like I was out of my mind. And I tell the story, I say, it got so quiet in the room, I could hear my career drop. And the part about it, I was young and so excited about it. I thought it was a terrific idea.
La suite de la masterclass exceptionnelle du réalisateur dans notre prochaine émission de la KO TV. En attendant, c'est l'heure de Log Lady.
Hello, coucou de petite vidéo, je fais mon cinéma pour parler cinéma, puisque je suis allé voir aujourd'hui en salle le film d'Oliver Lax, Sirat, avec entre autres Sergi Lopez. Qu'est-ce que j'ai pensé de ce film? Rien. J'y suis allé pour une raison très simple, enfin pour deux raisons. J'avais beaucoup aimé Sergi Lopez dans Harry, un ami qui vous veut du mal ou du bien. Et la bande-annonce m'avait semblé très attractive à cause de la musique. Une musique qui fait bam, 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 et j'adore. Alors, c'est vrai que dans le film, il y a de la musique, et pour cause, et ça j'ai beaucoup aimé. Il y a aussi des images du désert. On voit beaucoup d'images du désert. Donc je pense que pour moi, le réalisateur aurait dû faire un documentaire. Parce que s'il y a autre chose qu'il a voulu dire dans le film, sur la fin du monde, par exemple. Moi, je n'ai pas tout compris. Hein. C'est trop intellectuel pour moi. C'est trop pour moi. Moi, je suis quelqu'un de très simple. Et vraiment, je n'ai pas compris l'intérêt de ce film. Mais c'est terrible de faire des films comme ça. C'est terrible. Parce qu'au niveau du scénario, c'est pas approfondi. Bon, enfin, je lui trouve plein de défauts. Bon, ça n'est que mon avis, hein, comme je précise à chaque fois. Hein, parce qu'il est encensé par les critiques. Je crois même qu'il a eu un prix à Cannes. Attendez, faut être sérieux, quoi. Faut être sérieux. Bon, Anatomie d'une chute avait remporté la Palme d'Or. J'avais détesté ce film. Ça n'a aucun rapport, hein, ni l'un ni l'autre. Mais... C'est très léger au niveau des dialogues, vraiment. Bon, vous aurez compris que ce film ne m'a vraiment pas enchanté. Mais ça n'est pas grave. Il y en aura d'autres. Alors... je suis pas contente, c'est parce que je me suis laissé avoir, je me suis dit, il va y avoir la musique à fond. Moi, bon, la bande-son est très très bonne. Quand même que je sois juste, il n'y a que ça que j'ai aimé, la musique. Ça fait quand même pas beaucoup pour un film qui dure 2 heures. Cette musique, pour l'écouter ailleurs. Voilà, voilà, voilà. Ça m'a quand même mis de mauvaise humeur, hein, parce que j'ai eu l'impression que c'était du foutage de gueule ce film. Alors, un film qui veut dire des choses mais qui les dit pas. Débrouille-toi. Trouve ce que ça veut dire. Bah bien sûr. Merci. Allez, on va passer à autre chose. J'espère que vous êtes tous en pleine forme. Et si vous avez aimé Syrah, tant mieux. Moi, je suis toujours contente quand les gens apprécient les films, même si moi, je les apprécie pas. Parce que eux, ils passent un bon moment. Et je suis un peu jalouse, mais c'est pas grave. Allez, je vous dis salut, à la prochaine pour parler cinéma. Ou autre.
On cache les yeux des enfants, c'est le moment que vous attendez tous du mondo trasho.
Look at this one.
Grandpa, pizza's here.
Pizza? I didn't order a pizza. Why would I order a damn pizza?
It's pizza, Grandpa, come on.
Pay for the pizza, Horace.
Did you order pizza?
It's pepperoni with extra cheese.
But I didn't order a pizza. Oh my God!